time. Good morning, hello, and welcome to yet another heartwarming, educational, synonymous with, I don't know, man, I've got too many things going on. Hey, what's up? Hey, Rob, or PoGokeRo here. Good morning. Yeah, hey, welcome to my show, yet again. Let me turn this down a bit. It is a good morning. It's nice. I mean, I'm up really early, right? An hour earlier than I should be. Stupid time change. They really got to do something about that. I don't know about this anymore. This shift in times. It just messes me up. Yeah. All right. So hey, yeah, here I am. I'm at the bottom, underneath my base. Over there's the creeper farm, with the creepers ready to be processed. And their goods come along this pipe here. And then hit this water stream. You see the stuff coming? And then it goes up there to the item sorter, where the item gets sorted out. But if it's stuff I don't want, I kick it out the back, and it goes out here. And falls into the water. But this here, this is new. This right here, this is new. This is a furnace tape. Feed tape. I don't know. It's based off the design by Skippy6. What is that doing there? I have nothing to build on. I learned it from watching Skippy6. That's where I learned it from. But then I adapted it to make it go up and down instead of just across. So that's what I did. So it goes like this. The fuel is fed in through the side like this, and you see there's 3 hoppers feeding into the fuel because I'm using bamboo for fuel, and bamboo burns real quick. So you want to load it up with as much bamboo as you can. So it makes it around the loop. And then there's only one place I can possibly add a feed tape or input for the input, which is up there. And this is the only place for the output with this design. Maybe if I learn how to like move it across sideways, I could do it. But yeah, I would have to build another one and practice. But yeah, the output gets kicked out on this stream, which hits this and goes up this pipe to that chest up there. And that is the addition I've worked on with this new base here. Let's go recommence the creeper farm. There it goes. So now over there, all the creepers are being processed, and their items will come flowing along. Now let's see. Can we go up to the top? Back here we see how the item filter works. Here's how the item filter works. In each of these this is a hopper pipe. All the items come up here and just sit in this pipe and go into the hopper, and they go along this pipe. Now, eventually this pipe will lead to this hopper, or to this dispenser, which will kick it out into the ocean if I don't want it. But if it's something I want, right, like that string or those bones, what it's going to do is it's going to go through each one of the, or that gunpowder, it's going to go through each one of these things, and it's going to first see if it can go down into this hopper. So what is in this hopper? This hopper has iron ingots. It's got 41 of them, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So 45 ingots, 45 items in this hopper outputs a certain amount of power. It only puts out a certain amount of power. So this comparator is reading it, is reading how much power this puts out. And out of the back of the comparator, it pushes the signal. So with 45 items, oops. Okay, with 45 items spread like this, with, you know, holding up each of the slots like this, it puts out a power of 3. So, or 2 maybe. So it goes 1, 2, and then it dies. It can't make it any farther because there's not enough stuff inside of the hopper to do it. Because the hopper can't do it, right? This is off. Because that's off, that's not powering this block, which means this repeater is off. If that repeater is off, that redstone torch there is on. If that redstone torch is on, it powers this block, which powers these 2 hoppers, and you can see the red on there. It means they're locked. The red on the hopper means it's locked. Like this is green, it can go in, but this is locked, so it can't flow down anymore. So, but what can go in this one? Only iron. That's the only thing that has room. If you're anything else, you'll fly over this. But if you're iron, you're gonna fall through. If you fall through, you're going to increase this from 45 to 46. When you increase it to 46, this power is going to increase 1 to reach here. When it reaches here, it turns on this repeater. This repeater then turns off this torch. That torch then turns off and unpowers this block, which unlocks these 2 hoppers. So the thing that went in here to make 46 opens the gate, and 1 thing falls through. But when that thing falls through, the power drops again back down to 1 to here, and it locks again. And so each of these hoppers has 1 item that I want. Oh, hey, yeah, there it is. it has the items that I want, and it outputs a certain signal. Man, this is loud. Or is it just me? Alright, let's see if that helps. Helps my head at least. Hey. Alright. So that's how that works. And here's how this works. I don't have anything I want to cook. But if I did, here, is there any stone? Anything will work. Cobblestone. We're going to turn this into stone. So let's get 2 stacks. 2 stacks of cobblestone. This is the industrial smelter power toggle. That turns the machine on. This is the machine. This is, I've got a bunch of crap there. But this is the smelting thing. But the input is up here. So you go up there, you reach up there, and you put in your 2 stacks. And then we turn it on. That is now moving all of these guys in a row. And when it's done, it gets kicked out, moves to this block. Oh, hey, it got stuck. That's not supposed to happen. They're all getting stuck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a new development. Why are they getting stuck? Oh, it's maybe too much magma. I need more ice to make it go. Yeah, alright, well, I tried to put more magma in there. So it would kill the fish. Because I have a fish infestation. I have no magma blocks. Alright, hey, I'm gonna come back to this. Oh, that's awful. Anyways, that's how it's supposed to work. I've just got too many magma. I've got too many magma blocks in there to kill the fish. Let me go grab some magma blocks. To get magma blocks, I need to go into the ocean. To go in the ocean, you need water breathing potions and night vision because it's dark there. So here's, oh no, instant health, night vision. Water breathing. Okay, I know where there's a ravine. So, rocket. Whoa, I need to be able to loop. That'd be fun. Down here, drink our potions. All right. So at the bottom of this, there's got to be magma blocks. Maybe not. There's lava. Hey, I've been down here. All right, well. So looking for magma blocks. Yeah. Can I fly in the water? No. Use rockets. Come on. So yeah, there's my tunnel, right? I worked on this tunnel forever. It took a long time. Hey, look at that. It's superfluous. So I'm looking for magma blocks, dude. Why? What? So yeah, look at this. This is the old oceans. It was just gravel. Before the ocean update, it was all gravel. So I don't know. I think I've explored all this part. Oh wait, no, kelp. So that's part of a new ocean, I think. Oh yeah, look, see there's ruins here. Have I been here? No. Ah, chest. Emeralds. Hey, I'll take all this stuff. Hey, sure, why not? I had no idea. Ooh, a treasure map. All right, cool. Cool. Well, I don't know. I'm looking for magma. Magma blocks. Come on, help me out. No, this is no magma in here. Come on, fit through. There you go. Wow, who'd have thunk magma would be so hard to find? Oh, what's this? Oh, ah! Sorry, dolphin. Look at this. This is great. I mean, I had no idea this was here. Oh, there's a magma block. Hey, there's one. Any more? Another treasure map. Look at this. I don't know why I would need a treasure map. Hey, this is global warming here. Check this out. There's the other one. Hey, yay, another. Oh, I don't want any of this stuff. So I got one magma block. But I don't want magma, right? I needed ice. What am I even thinking about? Alright. I'm out in the middle of the ocean. Sorry guys, I got all distracted from the point of this thing here. Happy Sunday morning. Things are going crazy out there. Yeah, I got all distracted. I now here, that's where I need to go. I need ice. Oh man, over time I'm gonna destroy all my ice, my blue, or yeah, all my ice here. That's sad. Oh well. Alright, come on. Fly. So that's the iron farm. That's the creeper farm, and then that's the place where I smelt all my stuff, or where I hang out. Okay. Now the deal was, things were getting stuck because, oh no! Crap. See, this too strong pickaxe. I need to put a button there now. Button. Or I can make a stone button. Stone. Because wood is expensive. That's in the wrong place, dude. Oh man. Ah! Again. Okay. There we go, right? That's it. Hopefully that'll fix it. Man, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I just noticed that too. Oop. This floor. Alright. Get this crap out of here. Okay. Input. Does that have cobblestone in there? Yeah, here, go. Okay, yeah, see, now it's flowing up. Now it's making it. Yeah, so then it comes up here. All these magma blocks, I'm trying to stop fish from spawning because they clog up the system. But yeah, all right, that's what I worked on. I added this contraption. Oh yeah, and then the fuel. Right, look out this bamboo. You know, that fuel, which is feeding into the would be feeding into this if I had anything else to cook. Stone? Sure. Okay. Well, anyways, so yeah, this is working. Now let's go look up top at the fuel source. Do I have a way out? No, I don't. I make confusing buildings, I swear. Alright, so this is Navy Nexus's zero-tick bamboo farm. And so all I did was I hooked it up to all the unwanted stuff gets kicked out the back. Into the water down there. Back to the ocean with you. Okay. This feeds the Navy Nexus machine. Check this out. It just feeds back into itself. Oh wait, the on switch is over there. But it's like full of bamboo. And it just feeds directly into the directly into the oh, come on. Oh, there's a hole here. It feeds directly into the into the fuel. It just goes all the way down there. Here, I'll turn this on right now. Kind of see it. Do its thing. Yeah, so I just do that. That way this thing never, ever runs out of fuel, because it just feeds into this. Which feeds into this. Look, I've got nothing to burn anymore. I already went through all the stuff. I've got more smooth snow. Yay, okay. Alright, just turn that off. Turn this off. Okay. Let's go to the next place. Ow. Yeah, this is not such a good smelter. It's actually a really bad smelter. Like, it uses a lot of resources, but doesn't really perform that well. Oh, look, all this bamboo is just sitting on top. What's going on? Yeah, what happened? There's supposed to be a hopper minecart coming back and forth here. Or a minecart. Under there. Oh, I see it. It stopped. It just stopped. Like, why would it just stop? Halfway. Well, okay. I gotta fix... This is no good either. I gotta get rid of this. I'm thinking I'm gonna tear it down and replace it with something else. But in the meantime, let's hang out. Alright. So, what has been going on? Well, kind of like what's been going on for a lot of people is the coronavirus. That coronavirus is kind of gnarly. Like, what is going on there? So Donald Trump has been trying to downplay the nature and the severity of the coronavirus. For Donald Trump, he's more concerned that it'll make him look bad. That this disease is going to make him look bad. But if you look at other countries, like China shut down cities. Like whole cities. They said, don't go to work, don't do nothing, just sit at home. Like, wow, the whole city. They like quarantine cities. And it's funny because they showed a map. I don't have that map. I wish I would have kept it. But there was a map of the pollution in China before coronavirus, which is like massive. And then the pollution in China after the coronavirus, which is like gone. It's just gone. Because they quarantined all the people and got them to stop moving. Look at me touch my face, right? I would for sure get like, I would get sick. Like, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy. So, let me switch over here. Okay. So, yeah, this stuff is going on. Let me switch over. Do I have that stuff on here? Infran view. Yeah, I do. Hey, what if I pop in the infran view? Into view. It doesn't work. Do I even have it up? Right there, man. Infran view. Do you need to go higher? What's up? What's the deal? There it goes. All right. Okay, so here, no, not this one. I want to go to coronavirus. So, this is something I found on Twitter. And it is telling you what our deal is in this country. Now, in China and in Italy, right? Italy, they shut down their schools and everything else in Italy. So it's not just like China doing it. It's a lot of people doing it. They're just shutting things down. They're like, they're trying to contain it. Because look at what this chart shows you. All right. So the problem is that the problem is that we don't have enough hospitals and beds for the people who are going to need it. It's a lot worse than just the flu. It's not just the flu. It kills people. Like, look at your parents. Those are the people who are gonna die. look at anyone who's got a sickness right now. People who are compromised already, immunocompromised. They're in trouble. This is like because the people who get sick really bad, who need help, they have to go to the hospital. But if everyone's getting sick at the same time, there won't be enough room in the hospital for people to go in. Which means people are going to die. A lot of people are going to die. So the idea is to try to slow the spread of the disease so that not so many people get sick at the same time that need hospitalization. That way we have enough stuff on hand to deal with it. But Donald Trump is doing the red thing here. The red deal. For Donald Trump, he doesn't want people to know that there's a pandemic. He doesn't want people to think about the virus, because the virus will make, when there's a big problem, then the government is supposed to do something. And Donald Trump is terrible at running the government. He's terrible. He's just a gangster. He's not really actually a president. He's just a mobster right now. He's a tyrant. So now the country needs leadership. It needs people. It needs our government to do something. And Donald Trump has no idea what to do. So he's just handing it off to other people and pretending like it's not a big deal. He's just washing his hands of it. That's dumb. It's horrible. So what's going to happen is tons of people are going to get sick all at once. And with so many people sick at the same time, we're not going to have enough hospitals and beds to handle it. It's going to be insane. It's going to be horrible. People are going to be dying, more people than necessary. But to people like Donald Trump, this kind of works for them, right? They think about things in terms of social Darwinism. Do you know what social Darwinism is? Okay, so social Darwinism has nothing to do with biological evolution. It has nothing to do with it. Uh, yeah, it has nothing to do with it. So the way that biological evolution kind of, I'm going to turn this off for a second. The way that biological evolution works is that you have these bits of information encoded into protein, and these proteins are folded in a particular fashion to make a program, and then this program is going to express certain traits in the organism when the organism is like grown up or whatever. Some of these traits happen to work really good with the environment, and some of these traits are really bad for the environment. Which, what I mean is that some of these traits help the organism to keep living, because remember, the organism to keep living has to consume energy, and if you can't consume energy, then you die. And the whole point of the protein is to make sure the organism lives long enough to spread to reproduce, to make more copies of itself, more copies of this gene. That's the goal of the gene, is to make more copies of the gene. So if the thing I'm telling the organism to express helps it to live long enough to make more copies, then that gene is considered good. It helps the organism keep going through time. If the gene makes the organism express something that is bad for the environment, like the environment says, oh look, here's a black or a colorful rainbow bunny in a snowy field. That trait is going to get that rabbit killed real quick because it's going to be obvious. It's ill-suited for the environment. And so that trait then doesn't, that rabbit with the rainbow fur in the winter doesn't live long enough to copy over its genes to the next generation. So that trait gets selected for against. In biology, this is biology. That's how it works in biology. There's nobody saying that rainbow bunnies are inherently bad, or that white bunnies in a snowy environment are inherently good. That's just the natural order, the way that's just the environment selecting for certain traits. It doesn't mean you want all bunnies. Okay, but wait. See, that's how evolution works, though, right? Because you're selecting for certain traits. The environment is selecting for certain traits. It doesn't mean that the organism stops making mutations. They keep making mutations that are not white bunnies. They make black bunnies. They make purple bunnies. They make like green bunnies. All sorts of different colored bunnies. Sure, right? There's mutations. There's for sure. But it depends on what the environment is selecting for, because you never know when the environment will change and select for something else. Because all of a sudden now, the environment is changing. Now, all of a sudden, snowy white bunnies, when there's not going to be any snow anymore. Fine, no more snow. The global warming, whatever. No more snow. Now the white bunnies are like stick out like a sore thumb, and the rainbow bunnies like blend in really good. So the environment will select for the rainbow bunnies, and not for the white furry bunnies. That's just the way the environment works. But that's in nature. That's how it works. So that means like you want diversity. You want diversity in genetic populations, because you never know what organism is going to have the trait that is best adapted for the new environment or for the new challenge. You never know. You never know. 99% of the time, the mutation will be bad. Okay. But that 1% where the mutation is good might be the hole that makes you survive the next change, and that your organism continues on. So maybe you're ill-suited to survive in this environment, but if the environment changes and all of a sudden your mutation is good, your mutation becomes the standard, I guess, going forward. So, okay, that's how it works in nature. But social Darwinism is different because social Darwinism wants to pretend that our society is the same as the jungle. It wants to say, social Darwinists want to say that 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 the people who are successful in society are there because they're the most fit. It's survival of the fittest, and the elite are the fittest, and everyone else who is poor, they're poor because they are ill-suited to survive in this environment. The big mistake they make is that our social environment is not imposed on us by nature, it's made by us. We make it. It's wholly human constructed. So, if it looks like a jungle, that's because we make it look like a jungle. If you go to a different society and look at society, it doesn't look like a jungle. Why does it look like a jungle here in the United States? Because we make it that way. There's that's the idea of that's social Darwinism. Social Darwinism is fascism because if you say, oh, well, the elite are the elite because they're the most fit, then you excuse all sorts of crimes. You can do away with justice, you can do away with liberty, you can do away with equality, get rid of all of that stuff and say, no, it's just power, it's pure power. Since the elite have the power, they deserve the power. It's like backwards thinking. Like, it's so dumb. It's fascism. It's fascism. So, yeah, social Darwinism. Terrible. Terrible stuff. So, but you have to look. Donald Trump is fascist. He's a Nazi. Donald Trump is a Nazi. So in his head, he is okay with the red scenario. The red scenario where millions and millions of people die. He is okay with that because in his perverted thinking, he's thinking, oh, well, if they were wealthy, then they would live. They would have access to medical health care. They can afford it. But since they're not wealthy, that means they're not fit to survive in our social Darwinistic society. Therefore, it's okay that they're dying. They're weak. They should die. That's fascist. That's a fascist. That's Nazi. That's Nazi thinking. So Donald Trump, I fully believe that that's what Donald Trump is thinking. That he doesn't have to worry about it because it's only poor people who are going to die. That's what he's thinking. Rich people can afford to go to private hospitals. They can afford private doctors. So yeah, Donald Trump's not worried. He's more worried that it'll make him look bad and threaten his chances at re-election. Man, Donald Trump, he's a symbol of the system which we fight. That system of oppression wants to make itself over and over again. It has to reproduce. So here, let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the system they want to make. They think since the wealthy are on top, they deserve to be on top. God put them on top. And social Darwinism says that the rich are on top because they're the fittest. They are the best suited to survive in this social environment. Well, this social environment exists because it helps these guys. Not because nature said for this, but because you imposed it. These guys impose it and reinforce it. They reinforce it through patriarchy, through police oppression. The police protect them. But this is what we want. This is the, well, it's a circle. It's a sphere. It's a sphere. I should get glass and continue it. So it would be like, I'm gonna lose all my glass. It's a sphere. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a. It's not a circle per se. It extends outwards. Oh. Any torches there? Oh wait, hey, let me get this out of the way. Hide that. Okay. So yeah, it keeps going up like a sphere. You can come at it from any direction, but this is a pyramid. It's like that over there, and you can only get to the top if you go through these other layers. And that's patriarchy, and that's social Darwinism. So that's bad. Here, what else do I got here that I want to show you? Oh yeah, okay. And then so nope, cancel. What I've got here? All right, so I want to show you this video real quick. Okay, how do I do this? Let's see. There we go. Okay, now watch this video.
I didn't commit any crime, so can you get off me? What crime did I commit? Tell me. Stop moving. Can you?
I'm recording. I'm watching.
Tell me. All right, you're holding me by my. I guess my was illegal. What you doing right now?
Yo, bro, stay still.
Yo, what crime did I commit? All right, look, you see?
Oh, bro.
What crime did I commit? Look, you gotta hurt me. You gotta hurt me. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? I did not do anything. He saw me in the park and he came out the car and followed me. Why are you following me? Can you answer my question? Look me in my eyes. I'm talking to you. Stop moving. Why are you panicking? You're throwing at your weapon. I don't have anything on me. I just came from work. What's the problem? Look in my eyes.
So this guy's got a taser on him. He's holding him against the wall. Right? He looks like a regular person. There's like nothing on him that shows anything. Right? But he's got a gun. Look at him. He's got a gun. And he's got a taser deployed against this kid here. And the guy didn't commit a crime, right? He's asking over and over.
Ask if you're being detained.
He just said, come over. He followed me and said, come over here real quick. I'm like, what? Who are you? What crime did I commit? Move it. You about to shoot me? Stop with the taser? I don't have a crime. I don't have a weapon on me. What crime did I commit? You're supposed to do that. That's the law. That's the law. You see, you keep your dodge. What I'm saying? What I'm saying, sir. I know. Yo, I did not commit a crime. I did not commit a crime. I did not commit a crime.
So he's not dressed like a cop. Look at this. Look at these guys. Look at this.
I did not commit any crimes. I did not commit any crimes. I did not commit any crimes. I'm down.
Watch this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this violence.
Bro, he wasn't even resisting any shit.
Justin, you see what one guy got? Another dad? Oh my God, look at this one. Why would they do that? I never want to do that. I never want to stop it again.
Wow. Wow. A controversial video. of police in Brooklyn arresting a young man is going viral. Anti-crime officers were patrolling near the 100% playground on Glenwood Road between East 100th Street and East 101st Street on Wednesday at 7 p.m. when they say they saw two individuals lighting a marijuana cigarette. The officers went inside the park and approached the two young men who ran off. The officers chased after the individuals and gave one man a summons and arrested the other. The arrest was caught on camera and shared thousands of times on Twitter. It shows the young man being swarmed by several officers. They say he resisted arrest. A marijuana cigarette. For real. For real. A marijuana cigarette. They wrecked that guy's entire night and used how many police resources for a marijuana cigarette in New York City. That's an example of this right here. This police structure. Why? Because, look at me. In this state, in Oregon, it is totally legal. I do not have police swarming my door for a marijuana cigarette. There's no violence put against me for a marijuana cigarette. We have many, many, many stores out there making money selling marijuana cigarettes. But this guy is getting arrested by a cop with a gun, a plainclothes cop. So a secret police. He was arrested by the secret police for a marijuana cigarette. And they swarmed him. Look at how all those police ran over there, boom, boom, and tackled him on the ground, boom, boom, boom. That one cop stepped on his foot while I was laying there, trying to help, but he stepped on his foot, and the guy is breaking his foot, and then trying to twist him over when he can't. He's got a bunch of guys on him. Man, it's just dumb. It's dumb the way they manhandle people for a marijuana cigarette. That is violence. Not violence against me. Look I'm in a white state, I guess. I don't know what the deal is. So yeah, it is oppression. It is violence. It is violence. What else do I got here? It is violence. Did I not save it into here? No, I didn't. Okay, hold on a second. Ta-da-ta-da. Oh, man. I don't know where it got saved. Oh, yeah, right there. Okay. All right, so what did we see? Here, let me go back to my images here. What did we see? Have you seen this movie? This movie is The Dark Crystal. In this scene, a podling that's been captured by the emperor's forces, captured a free podling. They take this podling and they strap him to a chair, take away his freedom. They open up this portal to expose the podling to the dark crystal. It's a corrupted crystal. It's a crystal that's been corrupted. All right, this crystal, I don't know, beams its crap into this guy's eyes, and it sucks the life out of him. I don't think the beam sucks the life out of him, but it causes the life to drain out. The beam causes the life to drain out of the podling, and the life of the podling is liquefied and put into a vial, and this vial of essence is what they call it. Invigorates whoever drinks it, but the podling, his life essence is sucked out, and he's turned into a shriveled husk of what he used to be. When you see the American criminal justice system, that is what you see. That is what you see. They take young black men and ring them through the criminal justice system to extract out of them life, their human essence. And this human essence is through their suffering, their human essence is transformed into profit. Because this generates money, right? You have to pay for all this stuff. You have to pay those cops to go patrol and arrest young men smoking a marijuana cigarette, young black men smoking a marijuana cigarette. Because they don't do it to young white men, not so much. I mean, I'm here in Oregon. Like, here, do I have a picture of that? Here, yeah, let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Let me show you the hypocrisy. Who's that? That's me. That's in my show. What is that behind me? What is that? What do you think I'm growing back there? What do you think that is back there? And yet you don't see the police sending secret police after me. You don't see me getting arrested. You don't see me getting tackled by cops. Look at that. That's dumb. Why would you want to do that? Why would you arrest someone like that? Because there's an entire system devoted to extracting the life essence out of minority people and transforming it into profit to keep the system going, to keep the system young, to invigorate the system. Because those cops got to get paid. Those prison unions, private prison union guards, or prison union guard unions, they don't want to go away. They need those dues. They want to keep they want to expand the incarceral system, increase their power. The drug testing companies, they want the war on drugs. Yes, the pharmaceuticals, they don't want people to use a drug that they can't patent and charge a lot of money for. They don't want that. They want you to use opioids that are highly addictive and cause a lot of damage. So, like, there's an entire organization devoted that relies on taking away freedom from minorities and wringing them through the criminal justice system to extract from them their life essence and transforming it into money that they accumulate at the top. Right? They come down here, they take all the people they take a bunch of podlings, whatever you want to call them, from down here, strap them to chairs, take away their life essence, and transfer it up to the top, where it keeps them young and in power. I mean, it's happening. It's real. That's the thing about, so, yeah, like the non-reality of the astral plane. Thoughts. It's not even thoughts, right? Because, like, these are not abstract things. They're real, but they're real on a different level. They emerge out of our organization. Just as, people want to say, oh yeah, I am the ruler and determiner of my life. I am the individual. I have total power over everything. That is me. I am sovereign. Whoa, let's wait. Like, from the moment I was born, from the very, 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 very first moment, like, I come out as a human full of potential. I could be anything. This human. But from the moment I'm born, slaps on a label. It's a boy. Oh. That label limits vast swaths of what possibly could be. With one label. It's a boy. Because behind that label are millennia of social expectations of what it means to be a boy, what is expected of a boy. So this ball of human potential is immediately limited by the label society places upon it. So all its input that it receives from society is going to encode into this ball of potential that certain things are desirable, that are expected from a boy, that isn't expected from a girl. And since you're a boy, like before you even had a moment to define yourself, we're defining you for you. And so that's what's happening. And then you're saddled with your, oh, look at the color of your skin. All sorts of history is slathered on this baby. Who's barely popped into the world. This naked ball of potential is saddled with history, is saddled with identity, is saddled with all these things. And so growing up as a human through this mold that's been placed before you were even there, you're grown up in a certain way to be a certain way and say, oh, I was totally free to choose this direction. No, dude. You've had a mold put on you from the moment from before you even had a chance. You were molded. And part of your freedom is to recognize that you've been molded and look at what parts you don't like, and you have the freedom to do what you can to address that. But you have to be aware of it. And a lot of people are not aware of the way they've been molded. So then you think, well, yeah, where did all the stuff come from that created the mold for the human that was just barely born? Who created that mold? Well, the humans that came before him. History is real. History doesn't just go away. History didn't appear the moment you were born. It's been going forever. It's been going. So, more coffee. So, I'm going to make a second pot. I got a new coffee pot because the coffee pot I had before kept turning off before I was done drinking coffee, or before it was done even brewing. So what that means is, what would happen is my coffee would be cold and not done brewing, and it was just annoying. So I bought a new coffee pot, but this new coffee pot is different in that it is reliable. That's good, right? We like reliability. But it uses the same amount of coffee, but the cup it brews it in is like a lot more concentrated, a lot narrower, so that the amount of grinds it has to go through is like double almost, which is good. I like good strong coffee. But the other part of it is that the pot that I use to pour in the water is half the size of my other of my first coffee pot. So I'm making half the coffee with half the water, but the same number of grinds. So I go through coffee quick, and it's strong coffee. It's like power. Maybe I should use less coffee. Nah. What's the American not motto, but truism? If a little is good, more is better, and too much, it's just right. All right. Okay. So we have this oh here. Yeah, we have the social system that existed before us, that before we got here. And it has structures that are designed to capture and extract the life essence out of people, and concentrate it at the top of this pyramid. And we have a group of people telling us that it doesn't have to be this way, that we can be like this, where a bunch of people come together and share their energy and recognize the humanity in one another and strive toward this thing called humanity. So, like, people want to talk about the body of Christ, Jesus Christ. Like, this guy said, according to the books, oh yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back. And that he died, but he was resurrected. He came back. He did come back. He came back. He was resurrected. And he danced around, and he went up to heaven. Okay. I like to use the power of interpretation because it's fun. So one way to interpret the resurrection of Christ. Well, if you look at the idea is that Jesus was promoting. I mean, it was basically love. He was like, love everybody. He's like, you got slaves, be cool to your slaves. If you're rich, you're not going into heaven. If you want to go to heaven and you're rich, give away all your stuff and follow me. And what am I talking about? Helping your fellow human. Love. That's what Jesus said. And so those ideas, that's an idea. What he was making at that time was an idea of humanity, that everyone is connected, and that Jesus identified himself with the poorest and the weakest and the most in need. That's what Jesus was like. Yo, if you see a homeless guy, that's me. If you see a suffering person, that's me. If you see a criminal, that's me. So what Jesus was saying is that humans, this higher sense of everyone being connected, that's what he was talking about. So this idea is humanity. The ideas of humanity, and we've talked about what it means to be human, because a human recognizes other humans. So Jesus is like, yeah, in every one of those guys, I see me. I am them. We're all human. We're all human. So in Jesus' time, remember, you had slaves and you had foreign oppression. The Romans were there oppressing everyone, bringing good stuff, but they also oppressed. And good stuff for some people. That's the nature of empire, right? It's not for your benefit, it's for the benefit of the empire. So what Rome did was had colonies. It would go to a kingdom and say, all right, we control you now. We're taxing you, and we're taking your taxes and we're sending it back to Rome to improve Rome. We might help you out a little bit, but only as much as we need in order for you to pay taxes so we can send back to Rome. That's the whole deal. And take slaves. But Jesus comes along and says, yo, you guys, slaves are humans. They're not possessions to be owned. And that concentrating wealth at the top to make rich in Rome isn't really the goal. The goal is to help everyone out and make people suffer less. That's what Jesus was talking about. And so these ideas are different. They're fundamentally different. Social Darwinism, which Trump is pushing, is like, well, if the poor were not poor, then they wouldn't die, and that's their fault. But over here, they're saying, hey, everyone is all humans we should try to lessen human suffering. Because we're everyone, if anyone suffers, we all suffer. And that's kind of how bodies work. So Christ, Jesus, was talking about this idea of a shared humanity, that we're all in this together. Whereas the powers that be were like, no, we have separation. There's the people at the top, and then there's the people at the bottom who are used to benefit the people at the top. We got two different ideas. Now, when Jesus was crucified, one way of interpreting that, and he said he rose to heaven. One way of interpreting that is that his ideas, through his exemplary life, through his example, the way he lived his life, the way he folded his time protein, we have an example of what it means to. We have an idea, an example of what it means to live the good life and to express these ideas of humanity, and because that's what he was pointing to. He was pointing to this idea of humanity, of oneness. Even though the physical body of Jesus perished, the ideas he was pushing forward got picked up by the culture and spread all around the world, so that the ideas of this humanity are the idea and the expression of humanity is where he's living now. So that if you want to express Jesusness, then you want to express the best in humanity, the best concept of humanity, which is to recognize yourself in every other person. Which is, again, fundamentally different than what they're talking about on this side. On this side, it's all the individual. We're not in this together. It's every man for himself. But over here, it's like, no, we're all. It's a totally different way of thinking. So right now we're in the middle of a paradigm war. We're trying to see which paradigm is going to win out, and this one is going to be awful because this one recognizes that there's global warming and global climate change and wants to do something about it. This one recognizes human suffering. This one doesn't care. This is all about profit. So to understand that we're all in this together, I found this in 4chan. You can find good stuff in piles of crap. And because something is still missing, he paints a fourth and fifth picture until there's a picture of the artist painting 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 the landscape. So infinite regression is the moment when our artist, having regressed to the point of infinity, himself becomes a part of the picture he has painted and is both the observer and the observed. As I'm playing Minecraft. Ah! All right. Let's try out this fresh pot. This coffee's kind of stale. But this is a fresh brew, fresh bag, fresh water. With a different coffee company. Seattle's, oh, well, I shouldn't say anything. It's not bad. Okay. So recognize your actions are part of a bigger story. Remember I was talking about frames? If your perspective is so tiny that you're only one person, that you only see yourself, well then yeah, you're gonna miss this whole big world you're in. Because the frame changes, right? When you're only looking at you and another person, it's just there. Then you gotta add but the train is moving this way. Or whatever. Or that way. You want to be moving toward God. Ha 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 ha. The train's moving that way. When you see the train you're on, and then recognize the train's on the earth, and that the earth is going around the sun, it changes your perspective. Your frame has to be bigger. You have to consider more things. Okay. What else did I have? Okay. Joe Biden. Joe Biden wants to keep marijuana illegal. So what does that mean? This is Joe Biden right here. This is Joe Biden. This is what Joe Biden wants.
Why would they do that?
This is Joe Biden. Joe Biden wants to keep marijuana illegal. He says this is all right. Joe Biden says we should arrest people for smoking marijuana cigarettes. That's Joe Biden. I understand Joe Biden did really well in South Carolina. This is Joe Biden. Hi, Joe Biden.
What is he doing? Oh my God! Lord Jesus! Lord Jesus!
Joe Biden.
Why you gotta stamp him like that? You don't. I wasn't here. Oh, you just stamped. The one that was stamping the guy wasn't there.
Man, it took
Joe Biden.
idiotic to just roll him on his stomach.
Huh?
That's wicked, bro. Nah, move back.
Joe Biden.
Look at them. And let me tell you, most of them is black. Most of them is black. If you see what they do the guy. Oh my God. You need to get the guy's family. Oh, Jesus. Yes.
Do you want us to call somebody?
Yes, you need to get. I should be sure to ask the guy. Oh my God. For what? The by phone and fall down.
So y'all love doing this shit, bro.
Joe Biden. Joe Biden wants to do that. Joe Biden doesn't want to legalize marijuana. He says that's all right. Okay. Sure, okay, no problem. Joe Biden wants that. Joe Biden's like, oh yeah, it's all right. It's okay to do that. What else we got going here on here? Man, all this stuff here. Oh, dude, Alabama. Alabama executed a man named Nathan Woods. Nathan Woods didn't do anything, didn't hurt anyone. He didn't kill anyone. He didn't pull the trigger. He was just there. And Alabama executed him. They killed him. They murdered him. Alabama. The guy who actually held the gun that killed the guy, he said, he didn't do it. I did it. I have. Don't kill him. I'm the one who had the gun. I'm the one who shot him. But they executed this guy, Nathan Woods. In Alabama. What are the countries that practice capital punishment? What states? There's only a couple. There's only a few. The nations in the world that use capital punishment are Saudi Arabia, Iran, North Korea, the United States. Alabama, the state executed, I mean, yeah. So yeah, you see, there's a system. There's a system designed. There's a system designed to suck the life, the life essence out of minority populations in order to keep another group healthy and wealthy and wise. It's what else do I got? Oh, I want to keep playing, dude. I don't know. It'd be easier if I had someone to talk to. It's kind of like I don't know where to go anymore. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's. I don't know. What else do I need to talk about? Ranked choice voting. We should do ranked choice voting. Ranked choice voting is a way of choosing, of basically giving the voters more power. Instead of just choosing one person, you can choose many people and rank them. That way you don't waste your vote. How many people voted for Buttigieg or Klobuchar in early voting, and then they dropped out? Their votes are gone, just like wasted. Like under ranked choice voting, you can rank people so that if your candidate drops out or is eliminated, your vote isn't wasted. It just moves to your next highest preference. So you rank your preferences instead of just choosing one. I think that's like a great way of doing it. It's not perfect, but it's better than what we're doing right now. Because what we're doing right now is pretty bad. I saw something about El Chapo Trap House. There being a bunch of jerks. They claim to wear the leftist mantle, but then they propagate ideas that are decidedly not leftist. What are you doing? Like, why would you attack Elizabeth Warren? Like, that's dumb. Elizabeth Warren is not your enemy. Like, never was Elizabeth Warren your enemy. Never. Here, let me look at another slide here. Let me show you another slide here. Here we go. How much Bloomberg would owe the IRS under each Democratic candidate's plan? Under Biden's plan, Bloomberg would owe $1 billion. Under Warren's plan, he would owe $3.7 billion. Under Sanders' plan, he would owe $4.7 billion. And under Bloomberg's own plan, he would owe $1.2 billion. So Bloomberg would tax himself more than what Biden would tax him. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But Biden wants to continue the war on marijuana. Biden doesn't want to tax the wealthy. Biden is not going to make much of a difference. And that's the worst thing we can do right now. We need massive change. Things are messed up. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious. How is it I can grow plants in my kitchen, and then we watch this young black kid get arrested by the secret police, for the same thing, for less, way less. Like, I'm growing the plant, and he was just like in a car smoking it in a parking lot, like nowhere near, not bothering anyone else, not doing anything else. But the police used a bunch of resources to capture him. Man, look how many llamas are here, dude. It's insane. I should make a farm just for traders to catch them and farm their goods, whatever they have, their drops. So yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see what else. Yeah, Biden. I'm I'll vote for Biden. Don't get me wrong, right? If he's the dude, he's the dude. But I don't really want him there. Remember what Biden also said. Biden was always about saying, "Oh yeah, I would totally work with the Republicans. I would totally work with the Republicans." Man, Republicans are Nazis. The Republican Party right now is the Nazi Party. I mean, that's what they are. They're the Nazi Party. So you're telling me, Biden is telling me he's willing to work with the Nazis. And you want me to vote for you? A guy who's going to work with the Nazis? Yeah, don't make me vote for Biden. Don't make me do it. Please don't make me do it. Biden is not our guy. I mean, he's better than Trump, but come on. Coronavirus. Yeah, poor people are going to get wrecked because in the United States, there's no government mandated sick leave. You only get sick leave if your employer is nice. You have to rely on your employer. So that means if you get sick and you don't have time off, you're going to go to work, even if you get other people sick, because you need to take care of your stuff. And you're not getting any help because the United States society under Donald Trump is made like this. No one's going to help you out. If you don't go to work, you're not going to, you're going to not make enough money to keep yourself fed or keep yourself clothed or keep your kids fed or clothed or sheltered. So you're going to do what you have to do. But doing what you have to do is going to put other people at risk. But these guys at the top don't care because they're all about social Darwinism. So that's something we ought to look at, is making mandated sick leave for everyone. Everyone gets time off if you're sick. So Billy Barr, remember Billy Barr? Billy Barr is the Attorney General. He got reprimanded by a federal judge who said, "Billy Barr, you lied about the contents of the Mueller report. Now you have to give us, the court, the unredacted report to see if you lied about the contents." And I'll tell you right now, he did. He lied about the contents. That's why he's hid it for so long. He doesn't want people to know what Mueller found. And he doesn't want to know how badly Mueller was blocked by Rod Rosenstein. Rod Rosenstein would not let Mueller follow all the crimes to where they would go. He kept the scope very narrow. So Robert Mueller had to spin off a lot of the investigations to other departments of the FBI. And then when Bill Barr became Attorney General, Bill Barr killed those investigations. Bill Barr is an evil man. He's just helping Donald Trump take over the United States for the Russian mob. So, oh man. All right. Well, this wasn't a very uplifting day, I guess, or episode, but I had stuff to tell you. I'm trying to explain things to make it make sense. If it does, you have to be able to use your reason in order to be able to see through the darkness. Otherwise, the darkness is going to overwhelm you. You need reason to see through darkness. And reason will help you see the light of the good. Well, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. And I guess I will catch you later. All right. Peace. PoGokeRo. Until another time. Goodbye.